Hello, everybody. Welcome to Marquee Gaming. Hopefully everything works today. We're going to do a quick test because like everything's breaking on me today. Apparently, Discord changed a bunch of settings. Discord's not my friend right now. So, let's do a mic test. If everybody can hear me, put the number 1 in the chat. And then if you can hear the other people, so I want you all to talk, put 2 in the chat.
Talking.
Hi.
Hello.
We got ones. And we're going to get 2s for the players. Can we hear them? Let's hope. Oh, there's the 2.
There's the 2.
Yes. Okay, I think we're good.
3.
Well, welcome back. We got a 4 too. Great. Even better. Welcome back, though, to Beacon's Aura. We are live again for our D&D game. I'm excited to be back. I'm glad we're here for some more D&D. I missed you guys. I missed all of you. Each week, I enjoy playing this game with you. But it was nice to have a rest as well, even though now I'm coming back super rusty and everything's broken. But that's fine. We're going to move past it. We're going to keep going. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining us today. Glad you are here. Glad you have joined us. And I'm excited to get into this. Have some fun with all of you. So, start off, we're going to do some player introductions. We're going to move around and say hi to all the players. Anybody new, you could be introduced to the new the players we got. And yeah, Rachel, go ahead, take it away.
Hi. I'm Rachel /Pip. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter under Pip400art. I also stream on this channel. I stream on Mondays at 3:30 CST with art, and those are always fun times. I've also started streaming on, I think it'll be Saturday nights, when I will be playing through some video games. Right now I'm playing through Dragon Age Inquisition. I was saying my mic is clipping because Discord also hates me.
Everybody,
so
we love Discord.
I'll try and figure that out soon.
That's good
yeah.
Not sure.
Well, that's good at least. Yeah. So I also play Karis, a shadow sorcerer, and 17 years old. So lots of energy.
Cool. All right, it's over to Kelly now.
Hello, I'm Kelly, and I play Raya the Rogue. And I feel like I'm rusty too because I forgot. I don't know. We're gonna see. I forgot how to even rogue, so we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I'm excited to be back.
Just remember, you can smite with your spell slots. And
right,
you
and
have access to everything on the
I can
cleric
reroll
list.
with sorcery points. Right, got it.
Exactly.
Just confusing. Okay.
I remember all of it.
All right.
You have a thing called Raz, and a shadow thing.
We just lost Kelly. Kelly disappeared on us.
Did you hang up by accident, Kelly?
It's me being dumb.
That mutant hang up button right next to each other.
Well,
I'm
guys,
so sorry. I was like, because I had to cough, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna cough directly into my mic. I'm gonna mute myself.
Oh yeah, we're back, everybody. Aren't you glad?
We're back. I'm so sorry. Okay, let me try again.
There we go. Let's hold it over to Mike now.
Hello, everybody. My name's Michael. And don't worry, I'm here to stay. Also known as Bardic Dice on Twitch and other social medias, but I play Mithranon, or what he rather likes to be called, Renan. I am a moon elf, paladin / sorcerer who ran away from home because he is somehow wrapped up as a someone who's supposed to the prophecy was supposed to be named after or something like that. So he is now back home trying to figure things out and also protect his friends and help the town of Beacon. So have a lot of fun. And then on Thursdays, I also run a D&D game called Fates United, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Rachel and Mark as well. So we have a lot of fun.
Great time.
Super excited.
Great time. Mike also made our new nameplates that you can see here. So shout out to Michael, Bardic
Thanks,
Dice.
Mike.
And
You will.
yes, I appreciate them. we're going to shout him out right now. In case anybody has not followed him already, be sure to follow Bardic Dice, because it's awesome. Awesome good times.
Okay.
So those are our 3 players. I am Mark, the Dungeon Master, and yeah, I'm glad to be back. But yeah, I'm feeling the rust right now. So we're gonna get back into this eventually. We do have a YouTube channel. If anybody would like to go and find our previously uploaded sessions, they will be there for you if you want to. And you can find that in the info down below. Subscribe there if you want to. I mean, it doesn't matter that much. I don't do much there besides upload our past sessions. But hey, subscribe, numbers, yay, woo! And maybe it'll help other people find us. Who knows? You can also find our podcast if that's easier for you. If you like podcasting better, you can find a podcast on Apple and Spotify. And if you're new here too, why not consider following us here, and that way you'll be notified when we have another session go live, or you can find out when Rachel does art, or if I play Zelda or something, or Rachel plays a game. You can find us then. So give us a follow. It'd be appreciated. We're so close to 300, actually. We're very close to 300. Pretty cool.
Yay!
So
Super exciting.
yes, thank you all. You all are the most awesome community on Twitch, in my opinion. And I do appreciate all of you so much. So, we do have a Discord as well. Did we post that? No, we did not. We share this Discord with Bardic Dice. This is where we hang out offline. We have a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a good time. There's like people in the gaming chat, like voice chat stuff all the time playing. I think Destiny right now is the game you guys are playing a lot of, and there's a bunch of fun channels. So go over to our Discord too and hang out with us during the week. It's a lot of fun. I'm bad about being in the Discord, but I try. So
Like a rare unicorn. It's amazing and
Yes.
special whenever he shows up there.
It is. Oh, we got Mark to reply?
yeah, Rachel and Mike are a lot better about replying to Discord than I am. But I'll be there sometimes.
I got yelled at by friends for being on my Discord too much.
If it helps you, I still don't know how it works, and I've tried very hard to learn. Just nothing. So I watch people's conversations, though. I'm like, oh, this is fun. How nice. I don't know where it is. I don't know where to find it. This seems nice.
Today has not helped my desire to go into Discord more often. But I like you guys. So, okay, let's just get into D&D, because that's why we're here. We want to play some D&D, so let's do that and stop this ridiculousness.
It's frazzled. You want to take a breath, Marky?
I'm good. Let's just do this.
Okay.
Dive into this D&D session. Let me turn on some music. I remember that, so that's a positive.
Mark's like, I remember how to send ooze at my players. We're fine.
I need to vent some anger anyway.
Which song?
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot where we were. I just, I don't know. I think I just forgot. Like, wait, where
No,
we
we did a great job last time.
Oh, we
This is
did.
awesome.
Okay, why was I? I was like, wait, did we do a really bad job? Are we all dead?
No, you guys did great.
Okay.
No.
Let's tell the player, everybody who's not watching, what we did last time, so you remember. So, last time, our players were at the Moon Elves, up to the north of the city, on the coast, up there. And they were on a mission to kind of figure out what's going on with them. They met the chief, named Ratha, and a few other individuals there. Renan's family is also there. And it's his father and his sister that he didn't know about, and got to meet her for the first time.
They're still there.
And they started growing this kind of connection. It was tense with the chief and a few other people there too, because Renan had ran away at a young age, and they seemed to feel abandoned by him, and like he did not care about them or their well-being. So, eventually, though, Renan proved himself in combat against the chief, earning at least the respect to kind of allow him to proceed as this chosen of the Moon Elves, whatever that may mean, and to enter into sort of a circle that is meant to be amplifier of sorts to walk with the spirits and commune with them. There was a special orb that Renan got to hold, and he entered into this meditative state that evening underneath the moonlight to try and dive deeper into this whole situation. He ended up walking in some sort of spirit world. Very creepy feeling, though, as he heard noises and voices of things and movement in the darkness of this forest that he was in. Seemingly being led astray, but eventually was found by the one he calls Luna. This mysterious figure covered in this liquid, tarish, oily substance, except for just a few her glowing eyes that are now no longer covered. And she led him away, kind of revealed some things to him, and eventually led him to a building where he needed to go inside and do something, where he fought a nasty vine root monster of sorts, and ended up finding a body covered in the same sort of tar substance laying on an altar there. While he was being consumed by said creature, he reached out his hand, touching this creature, imbuing it with some of his strength. And as he faded into the darkness of this plant creature, he suddenly felt the warm hand of this figure covered in the darkness reach through to him now and burn away this plant creature. He believes it may be the sun spirit. Guess time will tell. But that figure left off to go find her, whatever that may mean. Renan also found the body and spirit of his mother in the same place, and ended up using the last of his strength to kind of imbue that life back into her, where she was able to be free of the state she was in, and Luna ended up taking her and leaving as Renan wakes up back in the regular world. While he was in that world, though, our other two players were sitting around the circle, and a mysterious hooded figure showed up with a strange staff, and the guards and the chief began to have a forced transformation into their wolf form and began to attack, trying to get to Renan, it seemed. And they ended up protecting him and keeping him safe. A few scratches. And
we did a great job.
Yes, he did a great job. He's alive.
Yeah.
And Karis, our shadow sorcerer, sent her shadow friend, Raz Sundigor,
baby boy,
off to face this mysterious figure that is causing this whole situation with the staff, and he eventually took that figure down. They rush over, remove the hood, and they're shocked to see the young face of a young boy they met earlier that morning, Atherin, who had been taking care of Renan's family as his father begins to age more and more. So, we're going to pick up now with Renan waking up from his dream, some scrapes all on him from the claws of these wolves, and some puncture wounds from the bites, and the unconscious body of Atherin laying there in the darkness.
I feel like Ren would wake up to Kara's going, I never like, really like.
What's happening? Is everyone okay? I could hear your heartbeats from there. What's going on?
Ren, are you okay? How are you doing? I like abandon Atherin and run over.
Yeah, Mark, I was gonna ask, like, how is this, like, damage in the spirit realm and damage in physical realm, like, feeling? Is it kind of like little bit of a headache.
You
hangover thing
feel
going on.
very worn down, like physically, and spiritually, like emotionally. So, give me 1 second. I'm gonna close the door because I can hear Rachel all the way from downstairs. So
Oh
give
no,
me
I'm
one
yelling
moment.
again. Sorry.
Karis
You
is back,
don't want to hear
baby!
it twice?
Karis is back, you could tell, because already we got all the yelling. Oops. I forgot we had to do this for this game.
Yeah, we don't need to do this for Fates because Anais
By
is
far
quiet,
my
but
loudest character.
Karis is loud. We gotta close the door. All right. So yeah, you begin to wake up feeling exhausted, and you're all scraped up, so sore as well.
Yeah, he probably just kind of looks like he's stumbling a bit, looking a little woozy, but I'll be okay. I'll be okay. What? Are you guys okay? What's going on? Where's everybody? He's like looking around, seeing now. Like the other three are unconscious, right? The ones Ratha and
Ratha's conscious, but
Okay.
the two guards
The
are
other
the
two
two
are
guards are
unconscious.
unconscious.
Dude. Okay. What happened?
Oh wow. Okay, so you're doing your glow thing, and then all of a sudden, this creepy figure walked out of the woods, and he had his hood up. He had that weird root thing, and I actually like pick it up. This thingy, and then he pointed it at Ratha and everybody, and they all start turning into wolves and trying to attack you.
So Karis, as you're holding this root, black tar is like dripping off of it onto the ground, like from little porous holes in it, and it's just falling kind of in little plops down and some of it's all over your hand now.
Hey, gross! Can you fix this?
Wait, can I take like my coat and like wipe it off of her and like kind of kick the root away?
Yeah.
Examine it.
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that.
Is my hand okay?
Yeah, can I examine it? I guess. Is it?
Sure.
Like anything happened?
You can do investigation rolls if you'd like.
I wasn't thinking about. Sorry, I got overexcited.
That's okay. Sorry, D&D Beyond is slow. Here we go.
Do I see Otherin, or does he still have his hood up, kind of thing?
We took his head
His
off.
hood's off. You can see the face.
Also, you heard
now.
Karis yelling his name.
Well, yeah. Well, I just wasn't sure if he could connect the dots between what you're saying and then Otherin and.
Yeah, we took his hood off.
I got a 13 for that, by the way.
Okay. I mean, you've cleaned off the skin. It looks like it's...
Not gross.
Yeah.
Damaged. Okay.
Divine sense. I'm watching her hand to see if like anything's happening.
So, you divine sense real quick. There's the normal particles you see kind of in the air. The staff has a bunch of it, and there's like the little blobs that have fallen off it or are on the jacket that are just fiendish energy.
But nothing like going up her arm or poisoning her or still interacting with her.
No, you don't see anything with her.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
don't touch that stuff for now.
Yeah, sorry. I've really freaked out. Okay, so that he pointed that thingy, and I'm like pointing at the ground on it now. He pointed that thingy at they turned into wolves, and then they tried to attack you, and then we knocked him out. We didn't kill anyone, and then it's a Theron with this thing.
Does it-
Is it just us? Is everyone else fine in the village? Ratha,
Yeah.
is there anyone else that
Ratha-
you would have turned?
Just looks... I don't know. I can go back and look.
Just want to make sure everything's okay.
Are you okay, Ratha?
I don't know what that was. That was the worst.
That's never happened before.
No, I've always been in control.
Can I go over and examine, like, oh my god, what's his name? The hooded man.
A Theron.
A Theron. Can I just go examine him and see what his deal is?
Sure.
A Theron was the friend of.
Yes.
The one you rolled a 20 on to
Yes.
threaten.
Yeah.
Yeah, he apparently that was worth it. I
I
just
know
wanna
there's
see-
this building protectiveness going on right now. Theron might not be happy when he wakes up.
Basically, I want to see if it seems like he is like him actually himself. If he I don't know. Anything seems weird about that.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
Give me an investigation roll for that as well.
Okay. 9.
9. I mean, he looks like him.
Well, I mean, a lot of people don't look like other people. So
I mean, he's unconscious, so you can't like see demeanor or anything like that. So.
I'm gonna tie him up now, just to be sure.
Okay. So you start to
say.
bind his hands.
Rotha, can we tie him up right now?
What?
He did the bad thing.
Well, we probably should anyway. I'm gonna tie him up.
She's just the chief, so I'm like, as you guys are starting to, Karis like is asking Rotha.
I mean, can you talk to her right now? Do you have your spell active?
Yeah, I did my spell up as this was happening.
Okay. Yeah. Then.
During the combat, trying to talk to them, so I do have my spell up right now.
Sweet. So yeah, she's like, yes, tie him up, but it's fine. And she goes kind of like look at the guards and see if they're okay.
Is there anyone?
What
hurt?
happens?
Is anyone really hurt right now?
I mean, the guards are all both unconscious, but Theron's unconscious, so.
I'll go over one each to the guard and give 1 hit point to each of them.
Okay.
I'm running really, really low. But
I thought you used the last of it to get your mom.
I don't remember. I had used 20, so I don't know if I used the last 5 or not.
I think you did. You were out. You were tapped, sir.
Okay. Because on my sheet I only had 20.
So yeah, they remain
my spells are
in this
totally
state
out, for sure.
But she is tending to them and kind of wrapping some wounds on them.
I'll just wrap the stabilize the other guy. Well, spare the dying.
There you go.
Have that.
Even better.
He just remembers halfway through. Yeah.
But Theron's now tied up.
Yeah. Well, some stuff happened where I was at too.
Did you see Moonlighty?
Yeah, I saw Good Moon Lady and Bad Moon Lady.
Huh?
And I kind of just do like a play-by-play recap, but essentially just explaining how when he went in, there was, it was more creepy, and there's almost like a Bad Moon Lady that was kind of whispering to him and putting him down, a whole lot of friends. And the Good Moon Lady guided him out of it and then showed him the church and all that. And then kind of explained the whole fight and everything with kind of the Tar Coma people and kind of explaining that. But yeah, I heard you guys were in danger too, and so I came back out.
Wait. No, so you said he said the sun spirit thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's explaining everything.
Do you think that's not the demon man?
So we were right.
Yeah, I think
like
so.
totally right. Like we rub it in Sabra Lyra's face.
Maybe it's
But
going
what
back
if
to Sabra Lyra.
Also, if that demon has more, like, if you already convinced her it's the sun god, it might be hard to.
I just like being right.
Well, we are.
Yeah.
We can sit on that knowledge. That feels good, but I don't know if Sabrina will believe us.
I know.
Yeah, can we maybe move this back to the town? I just want to make sure no one else is messed up.
Yeah, okay. Rotha, where should we put this person?
Bring him to my area. I'll take care of him.
Okay, and can we talk to him when he wakes up, maybe?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Can I spend a sorcery point to reroll? That's a Tasha's feat thing I can do to reroll an ability.
Sure.
Okay.
First time using it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that's a thing. I rolled a 2 though, so I was not happy. 19.
19. I think that would be fine after what you've done here.
Yeah, sorry I hit you. You're seriously okay.
I'm fine.
Okay, yeah, maybe you can
Get
just let
these
us know when
guards.
you're done.
Let's go. We need to
Kinda
bring them
helpful.
back.
Do you
as
wanna-
well.
Do you want to help me carry? Because I'm not very strong, but maybe both of us can carry one guy.
I'll give
Who
it a
you talking
whirl.
Kelly? Yeah.
I'll try. My -1 strength will give it a whirl. Can I try and like make it like hoist it over and make it look effortless? I wanna try to be cool.
You gonna try to play it off?
Yeah, in front of these elves.
Sure.
Yeah,
Give me an athletics
try.
check.
That's one.
This is never it works out.
3.
You don't look cool. I'm sorry.
Oh, I wanna be cool. That's okay.
I mean, it's a hefty guard. Lots of muscle on this
Right.
individual. So it's you're losing your balance every so often as you're kind of like, but
Okay, all right.
slowly.
Guys, like more bruises.
I know, I'm like
He's
sucking
getting
around.
like knocked around.
Wrath has one guard.
Rock on the
Sorry.
ground.
You have the other guard. Raya
Can I
has
make it look cool?
Who you carried?
The other guard. I'll try and help the other one.
Oh, you're going for the
That-
other guard?
Yeah, unless both guards are fine, then I'll pick up with your.
Wrath has got one, and Raya's got the other, it sounds like.
And then I don't try and make it look cool.
Okay.
He's ragdolled a little bit. Right against the shield or something.
All right. But you guys slowly make it back, kind of guiding Raya, helping her keep her balance from time to time.
I was helping too, but I rolled a 4, so
Yeah,
I don't think I
you guys
helped very much.
you guys are making it back slowly.
Lennon does that like support hold just in the middle for them.
But eventually you make it back to the village. Everything seems calm at the village. There doesn't seem to be any panic or anything going on as you walk back in. It is
Oh,
the
hey,
middle of the night.
Mark.
Yes.
I don't know if this was said. I want to like wrap the staff up in like one of like my little cloaky thing and hold it and take it.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you notice like a lot of like the ooze stuff has dropped off though, and it seems to like almost be sinking into the ground.
Oh wait! I want to look at it.
Sure. You can give me a perception or investigation, your choice.
Okay.
Don't like it.
Does each one get different results or something?
Potentially.
The score is not that much. Of a difference.
Just tell me what you roll, and I'll tell you what you get.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 15, so with perception, I got a 17.
So you're going perception 17.
Sure.
Okay. So you see like little holes where it kind of looks like it almost like sunk into, almost like it's seeping into the ground. So it's the root is mostly empty of that now. It looks just kind of like a plain dried up root.
What the heck? And I like shake it. Like, it does more stuff come out? Like, or it does just look like completely empty?
As you kind of look at it and kind of maybe poke into a few places where there's little hidden spots, it feels like it's all gone, whatever that was.
Okay. Is it still kind of sinking into the ground?
I mean, as it kind of sat there, it's mostly gone. Like it's
Okay. I was probably like on my knees, like looking at it, and so I like when it with the part where I was sinking to the ground, I'm like, "Hey, Darthagon, you suck." That's you.
okay.
And I get up and follow everybody.
Sounds good. You
What
still
was that,
have
Karis?
What?
What was that, Karis? Did you say something?
Told Darzagani sucks because it's going into the ground.
What?
He might the
I'll
message,
explain later.
Okay, Renan just chalking it up to maybe he has a concussion or something. Doesn't understand what she said.
But you have the wrapped up root now, and head back into the village where it is calm. It is quiet. Everyone seems to
So
be
we have
asleep.
A root and a staff. Is that I have that right, or is it one and the same?
It's one and the
Staff
same.
made of roots.
Yep.
Type of thing.
Staff
Yeah.
is made of the root. So,
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure it wasn't two different things.
It's not like a really long one. There's probably just like a couple feet in size. So.
Do we like just looking around? I guess like besides, I guess does anyone seem like missing? Does anyone like? Do we see anything suspicious at all? Looking around.
Go ahead. You can give me a perception roll.
That's
Can I join in that?
Sure.
You want? Yeah. 21.
Okay. I mean, you see like the occasional posted guard. They look calm. I mean, nothing really stands out as worrisome here.
We don't happen to see another version of a Theron or whatever walking around. The real him.
You do not see a second Theron.
Okay. He's like, what's going on?
We're very paranoid.
I'm paranoid of people being other people.
Yes.
Can I
I've
ask
been burned one
something
too many times.
as we're walking back?
Sure. So she's like holding one of the guards.
Hey, Ratha, what do you know about Theron?
As far as I know, he's a good kid. I'm surprised he was there. I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah, we met him. He didn't seem like a bad person either.
I wonder what he was doing even. It's very confusing. We'll have to ask him.
Do you think he could be bad?
I don't know.
This root and the black stuff, this is all over the place, just to let you know. This is a common thingy that we see everywhere.
I've seen similar to this in many places.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Anything in particular?
This is a root that grows around here.
Mm-hmm. And can control wolfy things. That's kind of weird, huh?
That is very concerning.
We're on the same page then.
So, continue walking back though, and she kind of leads you to kind of her centralized house, and has Renan kind of motions to where to put him.
Flop.
Falls with a flop onto the ground.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
I like prop him up.
I feel like I'd just straight up be dragging my guy by now. And his shoes are coming off. I'm like,
sorry.
Sorry.
If,
on my back.
If I can sleep a little bit, I might have something that can help interrogate him. Make sure he doesn't lie to us.
Oh, what?
It's like a spell of truth. Like a zone that gets created. We're still I don't know. She hasn't fully explained it to me. I haven't tried it out yet.
A zone? Who uses that word?
Obviously, Luna does. Or Lasha. Not Alasha. Still working that one out.
Moon Lady. Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on my family real quick. Is that okay?
Ratha will nod.
I'll be back.
I'm gonna go too. I'll be back.
Stay here.
Nod. Sure. Right, are you good to stay?
I'm good. I'll watch all of them. Make sure nothing. I don't know. Wait, how far are they going? How far is his family from where we are now?
Super far away.
Okay.
Not a very big village.
Okay. If I guess if we don't see each other in the next hour, we can go find each other or something, right? Okay.
Ratha, I say this in Elvish, she's really, really cool, but she doesn't know Elvish, so sorry if it comes off weird at all in the next couple of minutes.
Yes, it's fine. And she'll just kind of motion.
Like super thrown off.
She'll just kind of motion for where you can sit, Raya.
Okay, I'll sit down.
You want to give me an insight there, Karis?
Yeah. Like, how thrown off is she by events that have just transpired?
Go for it.
Okay. Another 19.
Yeah, she seems shaken. Like, that was an experience. So.
Okay.
She's still, like, tending to the guards, making sure they're okay, and kind of helping them with any wounds they have. And keeping an eye on Atherin. But, yeah, you two can head off.
Mm-hmm.
He just says in common before he leaves, just make a ruckus if you need anything.
Okay. If if he wakes up too, I'll just kind of, I don't know,
Find us?
keep him here until yeah. Hopefully he can't do anything tied up. We'll see. Just check back on me in an hour, would you? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Didn't work well with that earlier.
Okay.
Okay. And then Renan's gonna fuzzy-eyed, fuzzy head, gonna go check on his family real quick.
Right. Karis, you following?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head over to where the house is. Your house is quiet there, Ren. Seems like no one's moving around inside of it.
I am going to get physical eyes on his dad and his sister, because just wants to make sure they're fine.
Sure. So you walk in, kind of peek in the rooms. They both seem to be asleep. They are breathing in their beds.
Cool. Okay. We're good.
Okay. I want to go check something with Val really fast.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
Can I do deception?
Yeah, roll your deception.
Okay.
Hiding your...
I got a nat 20!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes!
I got a 19, 21.
What?
I got a 21.
What's your
but-
total?
I have +4 to deception, so 24.
Yeah, no idea.
She's sleeping. Yeah, whatever, it's fine.
Like she's like
He-
giving off the
he-
vibes, the deception vibes of like, I miss her. I just want to say
Yeah,
hi.
he gives up the fight super quick. Like, she's sleeping. Sure.
I mean, that's the room that she sleeps in, too, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so like I like go over to her room and I like shut the door,
Okay.
and then I like get on the bed and go Val, 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 Val.
So she slowly wakes up. Yeah? What's up?
Hi. Okay, so your brother did some cool stuff, but did your hand just turn into a wolf like without you knowing it while you were asleep just now?
I was sleeping. I don't know.
Let's see your hand.
She'll pull out her hand. Looks normal.
Okay. Hey, do you, is your friend Atherin, has he ever had, like, a black root staff thing?
As you're talking, you watch as her hand turns into a wolf hand.
Did you just do that?
Yeah, it's a joke. She turns it
Oh
back.
my gosh, I'm a little freaked out right now. Val!
Wait, what? A black root staff?
The
No.
black root staff thing, and he snuck in while Ren was trying to do a special glow thing, and he turned all the, like, Ratha and everyone into wolves and tried to attack Ren.
Does Ren hear any of this, of her loud whispering at all, or is she doing a pretty good job of keeping it quiet?
Give me a
Probably.
perception disadvantage. She did close the door, so.
Ah, okay. A 9.
You can just not beat Karis today. I'm sorry.
Like, really out of it, I'm sure, too.
But
though,
you're-
you
Great
know.
that Renan doesn't know about this.
You're exhausted right now. It's
Yeah.
it's just bad.
He's like getting leftovers and just sitting down in a seat somewhere, like.
Melissa will kind of sit up and, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It was a joke.
No, it's okay. It's just, the thing just happened, so it's like crazy right now. I was just wondering if you knew anything about it.
Theron did what?
He had this staff thing. He tried to, he made everyone turn into wolves with the staffy thing. And it tried to attack Ren.
That doesn't make sense. He wouldn't do that.
It doesn't make sense. He's knocked out right now. We're gonna talk to him, but...
Theron's really nice. He always helps out.
I don't know. Hey, I think this thing might be bad, though. Can I tell Ren about your thing? Please?
Won't he get mad, though?
Ren wouldn't get mad at you. You could tell him. He wouldn't get mad at all. He might do a little, what? And, freak out, because that's what he always does. But it's not like he'd be mad at you, though. And once he calms down, then, it's fine.
I guess you can know. You can't tell my dad, though.
Tell not your dad.
I can't turn to a full wolf, so I don't know. It's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. I think it's cool no matter what, Val.
I guess.
Okay, I mean, if you don't want your dad to know, that's fine. Just, I think Ren and Raya knowing would be good, because I think something is bad's happening. We gotta figure it out.
Okay. Is he here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to come get him over here? We can have, a little secret club party in your room.
I can just go out there. She'll, get out of bed. It's kind of cramped. So she'll get up and walk on over to the main section of the house. And
Ren's eating berries because he's too tired to remember what he saw them.
all right. They're pretty good. Tasty berries.
Yep, hopefully nothing else happens.
So she walks out and
I see him eating the berries.
You see him eating the berries.
What are you doing?
What? Oh. What'd you wake her up for? She's sleeping.
I just stand there with my hands on my hips like this.
So there's something I have to show you, Renan, and don't get mad, and I mean...
Don't freak out. Take your deep breaths.
You're...
I don't ever like this when Kara says this. Hold on. Well, give me a second. Okay. What's up, Val? I won't get mad, I promise.
Okay.
Val might not pick up on it, but Karis definitely picks up on a little bit of from Ren.
She just holds up her hand and he watches it transformed into a clawed wolf hand. So I can do that.
There's for sure a good second glance at Karis of and how long did you know? But he doesn't say that. And then just recovers and goes. And yeah, at this point he'd be getting up, going over to her and be oh, are you okay? Do you feel anything happen, or do you have a nightmare, or?
No, I feel fine. Just can do this. She turns it back to normal.
He gives her a big hug.
She'll
Don't
hug you
tell me
back.
anything. Whatever this is, it's good. Ratha has it, and just there's now things that can not be good with it, and that's what we're trying to look into. Okay.
Okay. That's a little scary, but
It is scary, but we're all gonna figure this out together, and together we can defeat anything. We can keep everyone protected. Okay.
oh, okay.
Does Dad know?
No.
Do you not want to tell him?
I mean, I don't want to tell anybody, really. Except for Karis.
You smile.
Glad you had someone you could trust.
I'm very trustworthy. Ask anyone.
Well, for now, I'll keep it your secret, okay? But if we find out that you're in danger because of it, you should probably tell Dad, okay?
Okay.
That's really cool, though. Kind of half jealous. Won't lie.
Maybe if you stick around here long enough, you'll get it too.
And maybe if I keep on eating those berries, we'll see. I don't know.
You think the berries did this?
Oh.
Yeah, that's why we keep not eating the berries now.
Oh. She like goes and kind of reaches for a berry.
Smack it out of her hand.
Whoa!
Not right now. I just told you something bad happened to people that are fully wolves.
But you said it could be good.
It could be. We just don't know anything yet.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even know if that's what happens because of the berries. I just know the berries.
We
are
gotta
like
talk. We gotta talk to Theron and figure out what the heck's going on.
Yeah, your buddy. Something happened. We have to figure that out.
I don't believe he tried to hurt anybody. He's been always
Whether he meant
helpful
to or
here.
not.
He's really nice.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think there's always a lot of stuff happening in Val that is hard to get, and some people who are nice might do things that maybe they wouldn't do normally. So either he got maybe like someone lied to him and he believed it, or he's being controlled too. Because I have a best friend who would never hurt me, but he's being controlled. He's kidnapped me like so many times, and it's really rude.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, don't kill him or anything, right? You're not gonna kill him?
No, don't do that.
Okay, good.
Not on purpose.
What?
Don't
No,
kill
there are
him.
other people that I've killed by accident, but they were like bad. They were attacking me, so it was like self-defense. So I do try and justify that, but don't worry, it's not gonna happen here.
Yeah, don't kill him. I like him.
Yeah, you do. Okay.
Shut up.
This is not the time.
I'm going to bed.
We'll work on that later.
She turns to leave to go to bed.
Ren picks up the berries from the floor. Puts it back in the bowl and throws them out or something like that.
Okay, should we go back?
Yeah.
It's very.
About halfway there, you get a flick. Why did you tell me?
Told me not to tell anyone. You don't tell other people's secrets, Ren. That's why I got her to
It's
tell
my
you now.
sister!
It's been a day.
Thank you for convincing her to tell me.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been mad if you waited longer.
Yeah, well, she said she didn't want anyone to know, and I said, well, if it's not bad, maybe it doesn't matter. But then it looks like it's bad, so then I got her to tell you.
Also, thank you for having my back.
Yeah. Sounds like you did pretty good.
I hope so.
Doing your special boy duties.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get people back though. Gwen, Rodden. We're gonna need help.
Mm-hmm.
So, guys kind of groggily make it back, running especially, feeling the exhaustion setting in.
Oh boy's tired.
But you make it back to the house, and I mean, Rye, she's just been like unmoving, watching a Theron just kind of sitting there.
Intensely. Has he moved? Does he seem like he's stirred at all?
He's been out this whole time. But your two friends pop up and show up.
What should we do with him? Oh yeah, how to go? First of all, is everyone okay?
Good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Huh?
Talk about it later.
Okay. Should we? We probably should rest or something like that. And wait for him to wake up. I guess eventually. Is that what we're doing? You look spent. I think we need to heal up and stuff, but.
Yeah, if you guys maybe let me sleep for a little bit, I can at least meditate afterwards, but...
Karish, you want to take shifts and watch him?
Yeah. Rotha, do you mind if we hang out at your house to help you?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna hear you.
That's fine.
Is there a place for us to like rest, or are we just like sitting on a hard floor? That's.
She'll go grab some like blankets now that you're here and kind of lay them out for you. You can find space.
Sure, we have like bed rolls for...
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
you got stuff.
Rachel, do you have how many health points do you have left?
Oh, like 50 something. I'm fine.
Oh, okay.
Karis is always fine. She's never hurting.
She's always fine. Who wants to go first? I don't. I have like 30 something.
I'll go first because I have my spell anyway. I don't want to
Okay.
waste it.
Okay. I'll rest and wake me up and when you're ready to go to sleep. Okay.
Hey.
Your spell is nearing the end, though. It has been quite some time.
Yes. Okay. I guess while they sleep and before if I do feel it's kind of nearing the time limit that I've been getting used to, wait, how many minutes would you say? I have one more spell slot, I can use it, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's been about an hour, because you did it back at the circle, you came back, you hung out with Belisa, and then you came back to here, so it's been pretty close to it.
Sure. I'll just spend it then.
Okay, so you got extended time.
Okay. I'd probably like get down to Saratha and be like, "Hey, are you okay?"
Yes, I am fine.
It's scary, huh?
What?
Having something happen like that. That's happened to me before.
I don't like that something could have that power over me.
It's really scary. Because you don't know what they'll make you do.
I need to know what that was and make sure it doesn't happen again.
Yeah. That black stuff. I think that's kind of how we got our powers too, like a different form of it. So someone has been able to try and control us because of that too. So we've been trying to figure out ways to not let that happen anymore. It's like all the stuff that gives you all these cool things that you can do and help people. It's almost like it also on the same thing can make it so that other people controls you with it.
Huh? Well, we'll have to see what happens. If you can provide any answers for us.
Does that make sense of what we were saying before? There's a lot of things that connect here, Rotha. That's why we came too. We just want to make sure everyone's okay.
So you're saying this was, what, demons?
I think so. And you heard Ren. I don't know if you heard him, if you were kind of freaked out and you didn't hear him, but like the sun spirit was in like a goop thing. And his mom.
I don't understand any of that spirit stuff.
Yeah. I was so weird, I know. But maybe that's why no one's been able to figure any of it out. Like, cause that's all like going on and we don't even get it.
I mean, I've lived my whole life with no spirits. I mean, the former elders used to speak of it, but I've never experienced anything like that.
I didn't even know there was a spirit thingy at all till a month ago. So yeah, I get it.
I honestly didn't believe it existed until he showed up. Kind of points over to Renan.
Yeah. He did a pretty good job, though.
Well, hopefully he does something good with what he has.
I know you don't know him, and I know he left for a long time, but he really does want to do the right thing. He's helped a lot of people.
I see it.
Good. I think you've helped a lot of people too, Ratha. You've helped us a lot more than the Sun Elves did. Well, the leader of the Sun Elves did, I should say. There's a lot of nice Sun Elves too.
Yes.
So, I don't know. We don't have to be friends or anything if you still don't like Sun Elves that much, but I think you're pretty cool.
I think there still needs to be justice for the things that they've done.
Does justice mean killing or does it mean stopping them?
It's just stopping justice.
Huh?
There's no justice if it's just stopping them. Something needs to happen as a result.
I don't know anything about that. I don't really get a lot of it.
They killed his mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I know that. I guess it just seems like everyone's all so hurt by all the bad things that happened. Like, I know, Saberlair is the leader. Right.
Yes, you said that.
Yeah, I think, like, her parents were killed by what she thinks is moon elves. I mean, it just goes back and forth over and over again. It's all bad. But I guess...
We need justice.
Yeah. But I guess it just seems like everyone has the wrong ideas. And is being lied to by a bunch of demons. So, I don't know. Just maybe now that you saw what happened, that could be more of a important thing for you too, besides just justice.
I have not been lied to by a demon.
But something is going on that you didn't know about. Right?
Maybe, but they still did it.
Yeah. I'm not saying it was okay what they did. I'm just saying. Maybe the more we find out information, just keep your mind open.
Those who are responsible deserve their punishments. It would be injustice to not have something happen.
In killing though, or like just like being like making sure they don't do it again. I don't like killing.
If someone stole something from you and you're just like, oh, we're gonna make sure you never steal again, you still have lost that item and there's been nothing to pay it back.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make it right. There needs to be justice. So, if you find to be something else a good solution, we can move forward with something else. But a life for a life seems fair too.
Okay. I'm gonna think of a really good way to do it. I'll try at least.
Okay. So, anything else you want to say to her?
No. But I'm thinking.
You guys kind of sit there in the quiet. You actually start seeing Etherin start to stir a little bit as he's tied up. It's only been about like a half hour since you arrived here.
Rather. Elmore.
Just kind of looks over at him and stands up and goes and like pushes him to the ground with her foot.
Oh, we're doing that. Okay.
Just kind of
magic that people can poof around. Can you do that? Can you do that, Theron? You better not be poofing around.
Just kind of shakes his head as he's waking up. Looks kind of confused. What's going on?
I'm like looking at Ratha like, what do you want to do?
So she looks at him and just like, explain yourself. Why have you done this? Just kind of looks up at her. What are you talking about?
Insight.
Roll it.
Ooh, I got a 24.
24. So you kind of get the sense that he's maybe putting on a little bit of an act right here.
I like look at Ratha and I just go like
She looks down at him and just is like, what?
Hey Theron, the nice guy act isn't gonna work tonight. Try again.
And he just like, I don't know what you're talking about. So basically, you don't seem fooled, but Ratha seems fooled.
Okay. So Ratha seems like he's buying it.
Yeah, Ratha seems like she is buying it.
Okay. Theron, what was up with the black goopy stuff? And your weird stick thing?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why am I tied up?
Are you seriously buying this, Ratha?
I don't know. People are controlled, right?
People are controlled. I think he's acting. Can we wait till the morning till Renan can do his thing? Just to make sure.
Yes. We'll keep an eye on him.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Theron, I don't know if you can do any poofy magic, but I'm gonna be real mad if you do. I have a thing that can stop it. So don't even try it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just try to help out around here. That's all I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, listen. When you feel like telling the truth, then we can talk and it'll be great.
I'm very confused.
We're not gonna hurt you or anything, but just sit. Just don't try to walk away, okay?
He just continues this kind of ignorance type.
Mm-hmm.
But Ratha keeps him on the ground, and he just kind of like lays there, kind of resigned to the fate that he has to spend the night tied up. So starts to go to sleep, but
Okay.
But yeah,
Watch him like a hawk till it's my turn to wake up Raya.
But yeah, Ratha's just staring him down too, watching him. Your spell eventually fades. And yeah. We're gonna pop on over to Raya. Her rest.
And like before I go to sleep, I'm like, watch him so close. He woke up. He's pretending like he's a nice person that would never attack anybody.
Okay. What do you mean? He woke up like
He's all like, "Whoa, what happened? What's going on?"
and it seems like he's faking it.
He's bad at it.
He's still awake or no?
You can give me a insight roll.
Oh my. Hold on. I mean 13, but
He looks like he's asleep.
okay. All right, I'm gonna. Is it? And Ratha's going to bed too. It's just me.
Ratha's staying up.
She's
Yeah,
staying up?
girl.
Okay. I'm gonna. I guess yeah. I'll wake you guys up if I notice anything. If he's trying to do spells or something like that. Is there spells? Is there any spell you think he can do with without his hands? That like.
I don't
Should we
know.
gag him? Should I gag him?
He hasn't tried any spells. He didn't do any spells either. He didn't do any spells, did he, Mark? In the battle?
I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see him do anything, so I don't know. He didn't try anything while we were here. I guess it depends.
Okay.
If you
Should I
feel
gag
like
him
you should.
I'm gonna do it just to be safe. I don't want anyone talking. Say anything. And listen until we're ready to. Should I do that? Is that aggressive? If you get talk to us, I'm like whispering.
I don't know.
I
We
guess
can't tell Ratha. Like Ratha seems like she believes him, and I don't have any more magic-y things to talk to her.
Okay. All right.
It's like sit right
Who's
next to him,
watching?
like watch him real close.
I'll wake you guys up if I notice anything, but for now. Okay.
All right. Karis goes to sleep. Raya's up. Perception roll, Raya.
15.
Okay. Yeah, he stays pretty on moving the whole way through.
Pretty unmoving.
And you toss and turn a little bit in your sleep, but
A likely story. All right.
You're not sleeping too.
And kick him. You're faking it.
but doesn't poof away at any point. Nothing like
Okay.
that.
Okay. Once it's morning, I'll wake everybody, and we'll get ready for some zone of truth.
Okay. So yeah, Ratha's still just awake, staring him down.
Does she look like kind of disheveled, or is she looking
I mean,
beat, or is she?
she's looking like she's tired, but she is on duty right now, so
Okay.
she can't go to sleep.
Okay.
But the sun begins to rise eventually. And let me change our date in the game to the correct.
Does Ren get a full long rest without anything happening?
I know.
What?
All your everything back.
Renan has a quiet night. There's
Very
That
nice.
has never happened.
no contact, anything. It's just quiet evening of rest. It's very peaceful. Then you wake up.
Probably snores a couple times about Arturo.
Oh,
Hi, Arturo. I'll be there for you soon.
But yeah, you begin to wake up. You see Raya and Ratha watching a Theron who's tied up still, slumped over, looking to be asleep.
Thank you guys for letting me sleep.
You okay?
Better. A lot better than I was yesterday. Yeah. You guys okay?
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna speak. I know he probably can't speak common, but we're gonna be careful anyway. I'm just gonna kind of whisper, like, he apparently woke up and Kara says he seems like he's playing dumb, like he doesn't know what happened, but he seems to be lying. So we're gonna see if that's the case.
Good timing then, I guess.
Yeah.
As I'm
probably.
waking up, I'm gonna divine sense him again, just checking.
Okay. You don't get any sense from him.
No one else in the room?
Nope. Just the regular particles in the air.
Yeah, and then I'll... Kara's up as well.
So yeah, Karis, you're woken up as well.
get up pretty quick. I don't even whine about it. I'm just like, okay, are we gonna do this?
Wow. Is that what it takes to get you
What?
up? We're gonna say we're gonna interrogate people that next time to get you to wake up.
Well, this just annoys me. He was pretending like he didn't do anything.
Yeah. No, he's gonna have to answer for that one.
But we're gonna be like kind of nice, right? Still.
Until you don't have to be.
Yeah.
Until we
Like,
should be.
I'm just being not like, you know, like let's beat him up type of thing. Like, I don't want to.
We're not gonna just,
Not gonna
punch him
beat
right
him
off the
up.
bat, but
I was just thinking about like the skull crushers and you know what they do sometimes, and then I got like a little nervous.
oh, we're not skull crush. We're not gonna like
Yeah.
crush him if he doesn't give us.
True.
I mean, he doesn't need to know that, but
That's true.
That's true. We're big bads from the city. We rule the whole city of Beacon.
there
You
we
think
go.
you believe
That's
that?
it.
I
Yeah,
can intimidate
totally.
him. I can intimidate him. We'll see. I mean,
You are
he doesn't,
quite
I don't
intimidating,
I don't
so-
speak Elvish, but he doesn't need to know what I'm saying as much as he needs to know I could beat him up.
That's true.
I can intimidate without words.
Maybe we'll try to get him to talk first in a nice way, and then if he doesn't, then we scare him.
Just Raya charades in the back of intimidation. I am 100% down for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, Ratha kind of like waits for you all to kind of prepare yourself.
I'll be like, hi, Ross, good morning. Hi, okay. Can you do the thing?
And as like you say that, Ratha begins to say like, "Are we doing this in Elvish?" But you can hear it now, Karis.
I smile like, yay, I'm back.
No materials. Good to go. Just realized that. Yeah, I'm gonna sit and take the orb, and kind of like set it down and start praying to Moon Lady, and just focus for 10 minutes on trying to cast Zone of Truth.
All right.
And then, if it gets to about 9 minutes and 58 seconds, I'll be like, not sure if this is gonna affect everybody. Just heads up. And then cast the spell.
Okay. So, it radiates out from the spot. I need everybody to give me a charisma saving throw.
This is exciting. Oh,
17.
Would you say 17?
17?
hey, me too.
What's your DC there, Renan?
Oh, DC 14?
14. Okay.
We can choose to fail, right? Like, just let it happen.
You could, yeah.
I'll let it happen.
Okay. So
Red
you
smoke book.
you know who failed. Karis and Raya have not failed. Ratha has failed. Atherin did not fail.
Dang it.
So rather than spill your guts about everything.
Oh, you that's the one.
You only have Ratha. I'm sorry, and yourself.
Can I Can did you say we could tell? Only he can tell, or can we all kind of tell?
He's the only one who knows if they succeed or fail.
Can I like, I guess, like, be like, did it work? I guess because I can ask, because I don't think you can understand common. Like, did it work?
You can't lie.
What? Sorry.
You can't lie.
He put himself in the zone of truth, so he can't lie because he intentionally failed.
Like, maybe we could just pretend it works for now and see what he says. And so Redden's like, kind of, like, you see him start to go, like, turning his head no, and then, yeah, it failed. Oh, wait, it worked. Well, it worked on me. Didn't work on him. Oh, man. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Give me 10 more minutes.
Can you try again?
He starts to stir as well as, like, feeling this spell try to affect his mind.
You ain't going anywhere, buddy.
Can,
Not that we're gonna hurt you. We're just gonna ask you really. Dang, I'm just not gonna talk right now. Hold on, guys.
Yeah. Why don't you stay silent? Well, I can't understand what he's saying, I guess, but maybe I don't know. Are you saying this in Common or in Elvish? I can't tell.
Yeah. Anytime I do anything in Elvish, I'd just like tell you real quick what I'm.
Okay. I'm gonna say maybe Kara should ask the question. Maybe you should just be silent and
Yeah,
look
you
away.
guys got 10 minutes
the
with him.
questions. Well, yeah.
Can I try and look really intimidating in the back and just like loom at him? Try and like.
So, just so you know, Mike, too, the cast time is 1 action. You don't need to take 10 minutes for this. I don't think it's.
I don't know why I thought it was 10 minutes.
There's a duration of 10 minutes, like the spell lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
You can do it in 1 action.
You know, guys, I just realized I was doing a lot of like elaborate. She just said I don't need anything. It's fine. That I cast it again.
Wait, before you do, I was actually gonna like say something before he starts, but
Okay.
hey, maybe I could see if we could convince him to like do it.
Huh?
We
And
try
Aaron to not to let it happen.
Why would he do that?
Mm-mm.
I mean, you got a great point. I mean, Ethereum, why are you trying to stop this from happening if you have nothing to hide?
What? I was asleep. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. So let this happen to you. Don't fight it. If you have nothing to hide, that is. Just a simple spell. Make sure you can't lie.
Okay.
So if you fight it and succeed, you're admitting guilt, then, correct?
I don't know what you're talking about, but...
Wait, do like a breakdown of how this works so he really gets it.
I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm just trying to figure out what's happening. Why am I tied up?
So you don't remember anything. The staff trying to stop the ritual, trying to hurt me, hurting the friends, your own tribe members.
Why would I try to hurt you?
That's the question.
So maybe figure that out. I don't know. I didn't hurt anybody.
So you're willing to be completely honest about it, yes?
I am being honest.
Will you let my spell happen? If you truly are a friend of my sister's, you know.
Look, I don't know what's going on here, but I've been honest with you.
So it will
And
be
I wanna
easier to
believe you.
trust you if you let the spell thingy happen.
Okay.
I look at Ratha. How's Ratha looking?
I mean, she seems uncertain about a lot of things right now.
Well, I don't think I have that, do I? Yeah, paladins can't ritual cast anything, right?
Yeah, this isn't a ritual spell anyways, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Like, well, I'll try it again.
Alright. So recasting it?
Yup, recast
Alright,
it.
I need everyone to roll a charisma save again.
Fail on purpose again.
Okay.
That backfired last time.
Okay.
I think I failed this one. I got an 11.
That's a
Wait, me
failure.
too. Wait, you did?
You guys got the same number again?
Yeah, I was like, I literally said because I muted myself, but I forgot to. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I got an 11. Dang it.
Do you fail intentionally too, Mike, again?
Yeah.
Okay. So this time, you feel your two friends fail. Ratha succeeds, and Atherin succeeds again.
Yeah.
Hiding something, huh?
Don't know what you're talking about.
That tells me everything.
I know I can't
Right.
understand what he's saying, I guess, but like,
I
even in
dropped
like,
the spell, by the way. That way,
oh, okay.
they get
So we're not
Yeah.
just. He's like, what
just
are you
in
doing?
case
I'm
they
like,
get
"Oh, let me see."
stuck on something. Yeah.
Okay.
I know I can't understand what he's saying, but even like, I mean, do we notice? Do I notice anything about like? Never mind. I'm trying to think of some way how we would like know anything about him, like whether it's like, I don't know. Do I just notice anything? I guess that's like weird or suspicious.
You can give me an insight roll.
Okay.
Rye insight.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
You were looking at him, you actually believe him. You're beginning to question, like, what Karis and Renan are saying.
Karis rolled higher than me, right? On her insight, you did really well.
On the last one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna. But can I still try and like look intimidating in the back and be like,
Sure.
just wanna see.
Give me an intimidation roll.
okay, I really want to do well at this. So I feel like I'm gonna do really bad, but we're gonna see. 21.
Okay. I mean, he looks concerned. He's definitely looking concerned.
I'm just doing this in the doorway. So I'm a shadow.
Wrath is just like, what is going on? Are you going to do something?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not really. I just,
Not to you.
I'll
Talking
just-
to Renan. Just
that
like,
was a joke. I'm not really.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good. No, she's
I
looking.
completely regret this.
She's looking kind of annoyed at Renan because like she's expecting answers and he's not performing right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate my channel divinity, get the second spell back, and then subtle spell another zone of truth.
All right, everyone, charisma saving throws again.
Just to try and catch him off guard.
I succeeded.
I got a 9.
Okay.
He's
Ratha
just-
fails again. Our favorite succeeds again.
Ah.
This guy is just ridiculous.
I almost did take that meta magic to give disadvantage.
Oh man, that would have been.
Okay. So, Ren, is this thing not working? Then we gotta try and talk to him another way.
Just again, it's like, what
Whatever
are you
your
doing?
reasoning is, I don't know if you hate me, if you think I'm the solution to you all surviving if I'm dead. But you harmed your own tribe. And we're trying to figure out what happened. If you're being convinced to do this, if you followed some lie, Jargazon or someone else. They're trying to help you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What happened last night? What don't you remember? What do you remember?
I mean, I remember going to sleep, and then I woke up here being tied up.
Hey, Ren. I'm gonna like tap really quick. Ren, do you think I don't know if you want to do this, feel comfortable doing this, but what would happen if we brought your sister in here to talk to him? Nothing would.
Ratha and Karis.
Maybe, but she didn't seem like she believed that he would do anything bad either.
I know, but she could maybe tell if he was lying better than the rest of us, couldn't she? She knows him very well.
Maybe
If we get, it's just an idea. If we get nothing from him, if we really need to know, we could save it as a backup because she might know.
Yeah.
And she'd know if it was anything he answered was weird or, she'd be able to check the truth, I guess, better than anyone, probably.
I mean,
Just a thought.
Ratha, you can see clearly I haven't been resisting the spell. You don't have to resist it. I know you have, and you fought it off last time. He's been fighting it off every time. He has something to hide.
She just kind of looks at him and looks back. I don't know. I let it happen. He's lying about it now.
But you understand he's at least lying.
She turns back to you. This is your word against his. I need something better than this. Can you help or not?
I mean, better than that, you saw it happen.
I did, but I'm also hearing about people not having control of themselves.
Yeah.
Cast it one more time.
You cast it again?
Yeah.
All right. Roll it again, everybody.
Renan is very willing to
burn everything.
One.
To go all out for this if need be.
So Karis fails. What does Raya get?
I got a 5. I fail too.
I'll be looking like, why are you guys resisting it?
I don't know. I want to try it. I'm trying my resistance,
So Karis, you failed.
Like,
Raya fails too, right?
Yeah, I failed.
But,
Field.
Ratha fails. Not Theron fails.
The charm, baby.
How does his
oh, the spell slots
how does his
gone.
demeanor, like, because does he know that he failed?
Yeah, you know the spell's cast, so.
How does his demeanor change at all?
It's just kind of like he's looking around, confused.
Did it work?
What's your name? My name's Mithranon. Well, I like to be called Renan, but I'm embarrassed about Mithranon, but that's a different story.
Hey, really fast, how does Zone of Truth work? Because if we're all under it now.
So, there's this guard against speaking a deliberate lie in the radius, so you cannot deliberately speak a lie.
An affected creature is aware of the spell and then can thus avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond to with a lie. So it's, a lot of times, at least as how Renan is playing it, is the lack of answering is going to be more of a tell than anything.
Yep. So, you cannot deliberately lie in this. So.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just, since we are under it,
I think it's good to be on the same page, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, your name?
It's just shaking his head. You know my name.
Do I?
Theron. Just looks
Do you
away
remember
annoyed.
last night?
I've already told you my answer.
So
Say
you
it
don't want to
again.
answer me again?
I forgot. Oh, I can't say that. Just kidding. I didn't forget. I just want you to
As you can see,
say it again.
we're all under the effects now, so it's a new game. If you want to prove your innocence, and I'm willing to believe your innocence, now's your chance.
He just kind of sits there.
I will not let anything come harm my family, both of them, and this tribe.
He just looks off. I don't want any harm for your family or this tribe either.
How about me?
Right now you're making me a little angry.
Why?
You keep casting spells on me. You're
Do you
interrogating
remember
me.
last night?
I've already given you my answer.
There you go, Ratha. You can't lie right now.
Oh, is he saying for Roth to ask a question?
He's just turning to Roth and showing, kind of, proving like, hey, he was being totally forthright before, and now he's skirting the answer. How convenient.
So, yeah, she kind of watches him, but
what does the staff do? Oh, go ahead.
Theron, hi. So, listen. It's pretty clear that something's going on, okay? If you talk about things, that doesn't mean that you're, like, gonna die or anything like that. There's so much stuff going on past the moon elves even. There's a lot of really bad things with that black goop stuff. And it's not about getting you in trouble. It's more about trying to figure out what's going on and making sure everyone's okay. So maybe you can tell us what's going on for real. I don't know if you want me to roll persuade or anything, but...
Sure, go for it. Disadvantage, please.
Well, that was a 1, so...
right.
8 total.
What I saw last night is that all of our family, our tribes, are somehow getting stuck in a realm after they die by this darkness, and none of them can move on. We can work together to help and free them and give a future for you guys.
I want the same thing. A future.
And why not be open and honest about what your intentions were? About what happened, what the staff was, why you attacked me, who you've been speaking with, where you got these powers from.
What makes you think that you are on the right side here? To tie me up? To treat me like this?
After attacking and controlling the minds of the tribe leader and her guards?
I've already told you my answer to that.
I don't remember. I honestly don't. Of that one, I know you said you don't remember after sleeping, but I don't remember what you said about at all controlling minds. If you did.
I didn't say anything about controlling minds.
Ah, so you haven't said anything on it then?
Well, you keep accusing me of things.
Okay, have you seen this staff before?
That looks like a lot of the roots that I see in the woods.
This specific staff? Yes or no?
So we have to get very pointed here because he's going in circles.
He's dodging.
It looks like a lot of the root I see.
Mm-hmm. Yes or no?
It would be real easy to mix it up with something else.
I just look at Ratha.
Can I sense that he's being like?
Yeah, I'm translating everything for you as well.
Okay, I'm gonna be like he's clearly going in circles and he's leading us just in circles. We need. Can we I'm not gonna hurt anything, but should we do something to Can we do something to make him talk? What would make him talk?
I don't know about scaring someone into doing something either.
Wait,
okay,
scaring
Ratha, is there any way you can convince him you're his leader? Look, he won't say yes or no.
You're not scaring us, though. Even just make it easier.
Yeah.
Yes, that is quite strange. She turns to him. Tell me, right now, did you harm us intentionally last night? And he just kind of like looks up at Ratha and says, I don't want any harm to come to you, Ratha. I really don't. Have you considered the possibility that maybe he's doing something? That he's responsible for things that are going on here? Have you thought about that?
He's still not answering the question.
Yes or no, Etherin? That's what we're asking.
He keeps. He
just kind of like looks pleadingly up at Ratha.
He can't say no because the answer's the other thing.
So, you don't want to harm them, but you're willing to control them to hurt me. Yes?
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Obviously.
And just
ask him.
how poorly you've treated me.
Oh my god. Ask him how the sob story begins. No, ask him what how he was able to control people. Like how I guess how he knew we were there. How like we could ask him things like that. I know we can still at least I don't know.
I have been forthright. None of this, except the possibility that I am wrapped up in this prophecy, was not of my doing. I don't want any harm to come to anybody, and I've tried to run away, thinking that I was the reason that people would come to harm. He puts down the focus and the dagger on the ground. I have nothing to hide. You just dancing around this is admitting the guilt. And I want to help you if you are in trouble. But Ratha, if he doesn't give you a clear answer, then you know the answer.
He looks to Ratha now and just says, this is all his word, though. It's his spell. You're only going off of what he's saying, and he just showed up recently. How can you trust him? Doesn't this seem suspicious to you? She just looks kind of confused, honestly, at this point.
Ratha, hey, like, when he was controlling them, if we were coming in to, like, hurt you guys, like, Ryan and I could have killed any of those guards, or you, and we didn't.
Yes, this is all very confusing to me.
Theron, everything you're doing, you're doing it because you're helping your tribe? Yes or no?
At this point, he just kind of like closes his eyes and lowers his head.
Did we ever, not to be weird, did we ever search him? I forgot we searched him.
I think you did at the start, and you just found the staff thing.
The staff, okay. I don't know if he had any, like, like your version of Moonstone for, like, something evil.
But he looks like he's shutting down right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Ratha's just like, he's not answering questions directly, which is concerning. But again...
Yeah.
The only way he would shut down, he was being forthright this whole time. Up until then. Or, having an answer directly for everything. He's forthcoming with answers, not saying that he was saying the truth earlier. Aaron, what if us working together is the only way your tribe remains safe?
Just looks at you. You don't seem like a hero to me.
I'm not.
Exactly.
And I don't believe I'm not. But it doesn't mean that Alasha isn't trying to help. Or that the three of us have powers that we didn't have before.
So you think Alasha's with you?
I don't know.
Yes, I do.
I know she's the Moon Lady. And I think she's Alasha. She doesn't fully remember yet.
What would happen if
Do
you let
you
her hold the
have
moonstone?
this Moon Lady, possibly Alasha, within you?
I know for a fact what she would look like if a demon or someone with bad intentions tried to come to me with her face, because I saw it. She's good. She wants to help.
Hey, Ren. What if you let her hold the moonstone and, like, see if anything happens? I don't know. Could you pray or something? Just see if any moon things could happen?
Do you have any, like, moon options we can take?
You're
Moon
talking
dialogue.
about Ratha, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have faith.
No, it's just a thought.
Hands it out to Ratha.
She'll look at it, but hold it. What?
Try
Just
pray.
pray.
Get her to pray.
Try reaching out to her. Maybe she can give you a sign. I don't know.
She definitely looks very confused.
Maybe you have to touch it too.
And again, Etherin just kind of pipes up and says, another one of his things. His tricks.
Theron, do you believe in Alasha?
I believe there were spirits that helped us. And I believe they're
Mhm.
gone now.
Do you believe there's any other spirits that are helping?
Like Jargazon or... What's the other one? I keep on wanting to say Omnigul, but I think that's Destiny.
I believe that our people have a history with many spirits.
Was there any recognition of like names when we said them from him? Any reaction in his
You
face?
can give me an
of,
insight
like,
roll.
Me too.
Wait, can I try too? I know that's like a lot of people.
We're translating for you the whole time, Kelly. Remember that.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
can I-
like weird with him saying in Elvish though, and then trying to like interpret his thing. So I'm gonna
Oh,
just go
true.
for you two on this because you can understand it real time.
Sorry.
17.
It's all right.
23.
23.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, maybe. You guys have said the name a lot though, so he doesn't seem to like react any
Not like a
major
tell or
way.
anything.
But
Theron, does anything ever talk in your head to you? Like a voice?
no, that'd be weird.
Okay, so no, for real. Okay.
First no he's given.
Mm-hmm.
He actually doesn't have anything to hide with that one.
How would I get people to ask me if he knows magic? He does magic.
Do you know magic?
The magic of friendship.
Like I know of magic.
Ask me if he can do magic.
Can you do magic?
You specifically.
Why does that matter?
Okay, that's a yes.
So is that a yes then?
I do not have the ability to do magic.
Okay.
Staff might give him.
Yeah, do you have
Mhm.
magic? Ask me if he knows how to do like use magical items or something. That I don't know.
Can you use other items that give you powers. Or have you, I guess.
What would we even have here?
This thingy! With the goopy stuff in it.
That's magic.
Well, oh, wait, you're really good at this, Atherin. I was gonna go into a whole thing with you.
It's a little infuriating. It's grinding my gears.
Okay. I'm not sure what to do now. Atherin, come on. We all know you're lying. About some stuff.
And by this point, it's about 10 minutes, so the spell fades. And it just kind of looks... I would like to be freed, please. I don't know how long you plan on just keeping me tied up like this, but... I mean, do you think I could actually hurt you? I'm a kid.
Oh.
You are not a kid. You're an adult. You're like my age, Atherin.
She's killed people. Wait, I just...
Ratha kind of like looks back to you, Renan, just kind of like, I don't know how to handle this now.
It's a danger to your tribe.
How do you guys usually handle like crime and people under suspicion?
After the translation, just kind of like, I mean, we don't have much crime that happens, but they'll be punished. But we need proof.
So, what if... Can we look through his house, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
You may. I'll send a guard with you.
Let you two go. I'll stay here.
Okay.
I'll stay
Don't
here
worry,
too.
Atherin will be nice to your house.
Sorry, smash everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Right?
Yeah. That's for being manipulative. That's for...
So she gets a guard to escort you two, the two ladies, over to his house, and Ratha will stay with Renan and Atherin.
And I'm sorry, I forgot. Does he live alone?
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said, at least. Yeah.
There's a little baby boy who lives alone. Mm-hmm. Sounds like an adult
his
man.
parents did die. I mean, it's a little sad.
Yeah, but like...
But no, he's not a baby boy. He's an adult man now.
He's an adult man, and he can... I'm not saying it's sad his parents didn't die. I am saying that he can't be like, I'm just a little boy. I didn't do anything.
Just a baby.
Just a baby. I didn't know. Okay.
But yeah, Ratha kind of like goes to get a guard and kind of starts to send off both Karis and Raya. So like walks to the door, and as like they get sent off, Atherin kind of like locks eyes with you for a second, Renan, and just smiles.
Grody.
And goes back to his kind of innocent, I don't know what's going on state right after that. And we're going to go to break right there. That's the break time right there.
Super tempted.
Anyways,
kick his teeth in.
good break time. We got a question of the day on the break screen that we'd love to have you answer in the chat and give me your insights. I think I'm going to go for like a spooky themed month for questions, so yeah, let's do that.
Oh, new picture, right?
And we do have a new picture that's in our slideshow of fan art, which will be fun to see, so look for that.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, guys. It's really cute.
It's brand new, so
It's brand new.
check it out. But we'll be back soon. We're going to say about, let's see, 10 minutes. That work for y'all? And we'll be back with more D&D. You guys can all hate Atherin more and more with each passing second. See you soon.
So good.
We are back, everybody. Welcome back from the break. Thank you for answering the question, by the way. It's great to see all your answers. So, hope you all are doing well. Hope you're ready to get into our second half. Once again, if you haven't already, hit that follow button. Click that thing, get us to 300. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. Rachel and I are trying to think of something fun to do once we get to 300, so we'll just say that. But,
Yeah.
yeah, we're excited. Very close. So, but yeah, let's jump back into this session after Renan sees that little smirk from Theron as the rest of the group kind of leads off to go to his house.
And Rotha didn't see that? Rotha
had her back turned, was going, like, leading the guards and everyone out real quick. Not far away, she's just, like, at the door, and you're just left alone looking at him, and he just shoots that smirk at you.
Just smiles
Like
back.
I didn't think he'd do that. I was gonna say he's like the kid that the babysitter, like he's just so awful to the babysitter, and the parents are like, he's an angel. What are you talking about? And then
Oh yeah,
I don't know, Renan.
there's
Renan
major
loves
vibes like that.
Renan loves the sass. This is his part of the charisma that really hasn't shone out too much.
But yeah, they start to leave off. Theron kind of returns back to that poor little victim look that he's been putting on.
You look thirsty. Do you need anything?
Just looks at you. Not from you.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't poison it, but I guess the zone of truth is gone, so I guess you don't know that, huh? Yeah. I'll wait for Rotha to come back.
Yeah, she's not gone long. She just turns and comes back in.
Rotha, how extreme are you when you feel the tribe is in trouble?
Like, am I willing to kill? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, or hurt.
I will do what it takes to keep my people safe.
Do you trust me?
Why?
I don't believe him. You also probably missed a really sly, evil little grin from him too, when you had your back to him. Wants me to be a killer, I can be a killer.
What are you saying?
I'll turn to my backs to him, and so she can see me and not him. I'm ready to hurt him until he tells us the truth. And if he dies, then he dies. And then I tap my chest so she can see, and then I do one hit point with the lay on hands just to let it glow, so to try and get on I can heal. Trying to convince her I'm not gonna kill him.
Okay. She just kind of looks at you with confusion.
Just worried that you are all in danger. I've seen this before where people lie, have their own motives. They've tricked us just to turn around and stab us in the back. I've almost lost others. I've died because of it. And if he knows anything that can help save this tribe, save and stop whatever this ooze is that's attacking the lands, it's the only way that we're going to survive.
I'm beginning to wonder if you're too close to this.
It might be. That's why I'm turning to you and I'm trusting you to help guide me. I'll take a walk if you want.
It may be better if I interrogate him.
I give her the silver dagger.
Like your moon dagger?
I'll be by if you want me to. Or do you want me to step out?
I think you should step out.
Okay.
Or at least stand back.
He'll stand back. He's gonna make sure no one actually does. Or at least try to.
So she just kind of like walks over him. She doesn't start to like beat him or anything.
Yeah.
But she just kind of starts to like talk to him, trying to reason with him to open up. But I mean, he keeps going with that. I don't know what's going on. I haven't done anything. And that just kind of goes on for a little bit. The other two start getting led to his home, where a guard is escorting you, kind of keeping an eye on both of you.
Hey, can we... What do you think about getting Val to help us? She knows him.
Just you.
Oh. Okay. Any reason?
She's a little girl. She doesn't need to be here.
Okay.
As we approach the house and stuff, can I just kind of look out for like, anything weird, any, like, I don't know, just examine like anything weird, any magic-y things, anything that I notice. I'm suspicious.
So like traps on his house and stuff?
Yeah.
Sure. Give me perception or investigation.
I'll do perception and it'd be 16.
Okay. So you're just kind of looking around. It just looks like a simple house. Not too big. Enough for just like a small family, potentially. It actually looks really nice. Like it's cared for, taken care of. It looks pretty good. There might be a little bit of neglect of just people not being here a lot, but yeah, it's a nice little house. Nothing stands out on the outside. No traps.
Okay. What happens when you try and open the door?
So you just open it up, and you're able to go in.
And same thing. Can I do a little examine around the inside too?
Sure. I mean, I think you both are going to start looking around, so you each can give me perception or investigations.
Okay.
Hey, what's your name? Say to the guard.
Oh man, now I gotta look up a guard name. Didn't have that ready.
Testing your skills, you know.
Thanks so much, Rach. Appreciate
Always
it.
had to come back. You know, 3 weeks without asking people's names. That's had something to do.
Exactly.
Sure. Let's go, Raul.
Raul.
Yes.
Hi, Raul. Do you want to help us look?
Just kind of casually looks around.
Takes over a rock. Nothing over there.
Yeah.
Fiddles through like a basket of stuff.
Good job. I got a 16.
I got a 15.
Alright. So, I guess begin to kind of scour through the house. He's keeping more of an eye on you two than anything.
Mm.
You almost get like a sense of distrust with you two.
Sure. I'd be pretty careful, like, put things back. I'm not, like, throwing things around.
Same.
But guys are kind of scouring through, and I mean it's fairly simple living. It's nothing like over the top. There are some like old family collection things that look to be put away and kept safely stored. Just kind of scouring through, you notice that there isn't any berries here. He has like a fruit bowl, no berries in it.
Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh, Shaggy.
I was wondering.
And you kind of continue to dig through some things, head into what looks to be his room, and start snooping through there. And you start digging through some stuff, and you find a book underneath, like his mattress stuck in there.
Oh wait, you probably can't read this either, huh?
Is it Elvish?
Raya looks at it, and it's not Elvish.
This isn't. This is. I can read
Is
this.
it?
Yay, Raya!
Yeah.
It's
literacy.
It's like a little thin book. It looks to
Okay.
be handwritten, and it is in your common tongue, Raya.
Okay. What does it say?
Hey,
Wait.
when you were being cautious about whispering in common, you were right.
No,
Like
I'm being.
literally minutes ago.
I don't know. I had a feeling that he
I am-
is sneaky.
So impressed with you right now.
Sometimes paranoia pays off, and today is that day. Okay, I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna. Yeah. What does it say? What do we got?
There's just like watching Raya read it, like eyes really big.
It looks to be just like a simple storybook, but but it's in common, which is very strange.
What's the story about?
It's just like a kid's story, basically, or like a teenager story about some kids going on an adventure.
Is it like chicken noodle soup for the soul or something?
Yeah, it's that does not stand out to you as anything special. It just seems like a story you'd find written by people in the city.
Now, where would an innocent little elf boy pick up common? I wonder.
Well, wait, so it's just a story? There's not actual like writing from him in that?
No, right? I didn't see anything.
Nope.
Oh.
I think.
So
Yeah.
looks like something maybe he reads before bed or something.
But now, where? Who knows common in here? Around here?
I don't know. That's probably something to ask Rafa.
She doesn't know common. Nobody knows common. How would he pick up common? Who would he learn this from?
Well,
Can I look
maybe.
Good.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, are there other books, anything else like that looks, or like writing, anything that shows like he clearly knows common? It's like, or his, like him personally knowing common, besides like just possibly having a book.
Like a trinket of his.
Yeah, again, you kind of look around for anything else, and there's just this book. There's not a lot of stuff here, honestly. Most of it looks like it is stored away, and it just has been stored for a long time. Like, he doesn't spend a lot of time here.
I asked the guard, hey, does he spend time other places a lot? I know he said he helps out a lot around the tribe.
I mean, he works in the woods often,
Works in the woods. Do you know where?
all over the place. He scavenges and hunts.
But no berries. I'm gonna take the book with me.
Okay.
And just put it in my bag or whatever. And also get Karis, but like we should. I don't know for sure, but he might have met someone in the woods who gave him the staff or taught him common, or I don't know, something. Maybe a magical item that demon, I don't know. Somehow he, I don't know.
I mean, he might not even know common. He might have just found that somewhere too.
But still,
the
we're
book
pretty.
looks worn, like it has been gone through.
Does it have pictures though? That's a very big thing because if you wanted to just look at the pictures,
Doesn't
It
have
does not
pictures.
have pictures.
no pictures. Okay.
Question, Mark. In terms of our layout for where the Moon Elf camp is, like we're not by anyone else, are we? Like we're pretty far out from like the rest of society,
From
correct?
the city? You're very far from the city.
Yeah. So.
I see what you're saying. So
Yeah.
where would he find this?
Where would he find it? Yeah. And if he,
Yeah.
did find it, if you're finding weird items, a magical staff might be a place you'd find it too. But I feel like we should search the woods and just see if we can notice like maybe trails he took or something.
Or like, is there like a is there like a yard or like area outside his place that we could look at potentially too?
I mean, you can look around. It's not like a massive area, it's just because all the houses are kind of close by each other. But
Okay.
yeah, you can search around outside too.
Yeah. See if we can find something, I guess.
Yeah, you kind of continue your search out there, and it just looks pretty normal outside. Nothing stands out here.
Is there any like clear, like are we by the woods right now? Is there a clear path that he like takes to get somewhere? Does that seem...
You are a little ways away from
notice?
the woods entrance, so you kind of need to go back up like this hill towards the woods.
Okay.
You're more in the city or the village.
We could just start searching the woods and see if we find anything. We could just, I mean, we don't have to, but...
We could do that, yeah, with Ren maybe.
Yeah, it's true. We don't want to find anything. Okay.
Okay, so book though is something, I guess. It's not anything big. Did you notice there was no berries in there either?
I did. Now, where did the majority of the berries come from that people eat? Is it like did people grow them in their houses? Is it like what, I mean, not or outside their houses, like gardens? Is it just other environment everywhere around? What's the...
You asking the guard?
Sure. I'll ask the guard. Or I'll ask Karis ask the
I
guard.
translate.
Okay. I mean, different people bring it in. Favorite will bring him in even. He's one of the gatherers.
So he's one of the main people that brings them in.
Yes.
Where are
Can
they
you try
gathered
to-
from usually?
Yeah,
Just the
where?
woods?
Do you know where?
Somewhere in the woods, I assume.
Okay. Can you turn into a wolf?
Can I?
Hmm?
Yes.
Have you eaten a lot of the berries?
I mean, I've eaten them, yes.
When did you turn into a wolf?
I don't know. Not that long ago. It's fairly recent.
Does Etherin cook for you? I know he cooked for like Ren's family.
No.
Okay. Did he give you berries?
I mean, I probably got berries that he's gathered.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Why?
Wait, was this guard one of the guards that was controlled the other night or no?
No, this is a fresh guard who doesn't look to be injured at all.
Guard.
Does he know about what happened?
You ask him if he knows what happened?
Or I mean, like, does he like?
You can
Yeah, I
ask
feel like,
him. Do you,
yeah, like
Yeah,
you know
did
what
you-
happened the other night with your friends.
did you hear what happened? Yeah.
Your guard friends.
Let's see. I don't think he heard anything, so no, he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. Just maybe don't eat the berries for a while. Just stay away from the berries.
Why?
There's awkwardly translates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't eat the berries, I guess.
Why wouldn't I eat the berries?
That might be.
There-
Might be stuff
There's a
that-
whole thing probably your leader's gonna tell you about at some point.
Okay, we. Speaking of which, we should probably head back and tell her. I'm gonna
Mhm.
bring the book.
Yeah. Hey, do you think he might know that Boris guy or whatever his name was? We could ask him that.
We could ask him. I mean, we don't have zone of truth. He'd probably just say no, but.
Yeah.
Would he be all the way out here? That's a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, we can ask. We should ask Ratha though, like where he usually is, and Yeah, all that stuff. Where he gathers, all that jazz. So, okay, let's go.
So
You go back.
get led back with the guard. Karis, you start to feel your spell come to an end. But
Go, Ross. Okay, you go with us.
another one goes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you get led back in, and Wrath is just like trying to reason with Atherin to start saying some things, but he still looks like he's not saying anything. And Renan's kind of in the back, just watching.
I'm trying to think of something. Because basically, I want to see. I wanted to see like if we could kind of prove he has some idea of what I'm saying. If we or one of us says something in common, he'd like have a reaction, you know, as opposed to because obviously if someone just says something to you, you're like, huh, and you know what they say. That, but like if he had some sort of reaction to something that was said, like basically if we're like I'll talk with Karis about that before we enter in. I'll be like, we could always see if he like looks panicked or something we say in common or just something that could indicate he knows. I don't know if that would even help if we could even do that. He might be expecting that, especially if he knows we're going to find the book in his house, but I don't know. We can't make him talk, but at least if we could make him, if he had some sort of acknowledgement of like what we're saying.
See if we could be like, oh, we totally trashed his entire house and like tore apart all his stuff. That was so much
we smashed
fun.
All the family pictures.
Yeah, that was like the best thing ever. And see if he gets mad.
That's an idea.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay.
We got to sell it though.
Okay. I can do it. Can you do it too?
Both of us can. We can be like, haha, that was so much fun smashing that idiot Atherin stuff.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Let's give it a try.
Amazing.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna kind of walk in and like, you know, rather than kind of talking to him, I'm just gonna say a little too loudly in common, like, oh yeah, I took everything of value, but I don't know, the family's garbage. I just kind of smashed up and left it.
What?
Yeah, I actually burned it with my with my sun elf fire.
You burned down his house?
I need both of you two to give me a deception rolls.
Deception? Okay,
Yes.
Please do well. Ooh! 25,
18.
baby.
25. Wow. 18. Wow, look at you guys go.
We're good at lying.
Yeah, you can insight that.
This is out of character for my buddies.
Yeah, definitely. Give me an insight roll.
Family.
Shocked out of what he was thinking.
18 is the lowest, so.
That's a 2 plus 2.
Okay, so you think
Your friends are monsters.
Worked on me. Like,
We
I
want
thought
to
I
be
was going
watching
to
his
hurt.
reaction.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Give me insight rolls then, both of you two.
Hopefully I upsell.
That would be a dirty 20.
30, 20. And 16. Okay. You guys notice a slight response from him.
What does he look like?
Just a little bit of concern.
And Rotha was watching him because she was interrogating him, right?
Well, when they burst in, she looks back at them.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Rotha notice he like looked over, like did
No,
something?
she
looked at you guys
Okay,
walking
so-
in.
okay.
He's looking at you guys like I was. So. Guys, you what?
I'm just gonna like,
Oh.
look at Ren and be like,
Don't worry about it, Ren.
listen, we did what we had. I was like Ren said, we did what we had to do. That's all. We're trying to ensure that we protect the village, you know.
Oh, him though.
I get that, but like, okay. And like, there's just enough pause of like, I don't know what they're doing with this. I'm just gonna let this roll out.
I do message.
Ratha
What?
looks to you and just like, why did you burn down his stuff?
Oh.
Oh.
You can speak common?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna.
No, your
What?
magic
Oh.
thing.
Oh, wait a second. Wait.
Yeah, you kind of cast the spell a little early there.
Oh, no.
Paris.
Sorry.
Paris.
Order of operations.
Our plan is ruined.
Oh.
Thank you, I'll see myself out.
This is just like calling Shaw's phone and being like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Stone."
Oh wow, you answered. We did. Boy, are our faces red. We didn't know you'd answer.
Oh my gosh. No, Rafa. We didn't.
Here, we're gonna say that. I'm gonna like, hey, like let's kind of go to the other room really fast and like someone watch him or something.
Hold on. I messaged Cantrip, right? I'm like, it didn't work because anyone can understand what I'm saying. The test failed.
I'm just gonna put my hand like this and be like,
Test failed.
I'll be like,
Is that a telepathic link, or is that the one we have to whisper?
That's a whisper one.
it's a whisper one.
In front of all of us.
Yeah, just gotta whisper
Yeah.
something real quick to her, point it at her.
And so I'll just be like, I'll just look to Ryan and be like, I'm just gonna tell them now, because then they're gonna think we're monsters.
okay, fine.
Well, no, we didn't actually do anything, Ratha. We were trying to lie to get him to see if he could understand common, because we think he can understand common, but I forgot that my spell can make it so that he can understand anything. So test failed. His house is fine. We put everything back where it was. Okay, Etherin. Test failed. Whatever.
I'm gonna walk over and take out the book and just show it to Ratha and be like, where would he have gotten this and how would he know how to read it? I can read it. It's in common.
She
But you
looks
still
at
have to
it,
for me.
flips through it. This is from the city. Says it to Karis, I guess, and
I think so, yeah. I don't know where
Probably.
else he would have gotten it.
turns back to Theron. Where did you get this? Just says,
Where did I not get this?
I found it as I was out one day. Sure,
Where?
you can roll insight.
Me as well. Can I go? Oh, I can't. I probably can't understand.
You can't understand.
Okay.
18.
You can do it with disadvantage there. Your riot roll. I can't deny the riot roll.
Can't deny the right roll. Okay, I did substantially worse. But still a 19.
Okay. I mean, he's still kind of got that underlying making up stories feel to what he's saying to you. But unfortunately, Ratha does not seem to be picking up on these things.
The girl. Go on.
Girl. So, you can read it?
No.
Mm-hmm. Why does it look like you've read it a lot?
It's fun to look through.
Okay, I can tell you I can't read, and it is not fun to just stare at a page.
Subtle cast Zone of Truth again.
Another Zone of Truth. Here we go.
Level 3 spell. Dang it.
Oh,
I failed.
I got a nat 20. All right.
Nice!
Okay.
I'm lying to the end of my days.
Do you let yourself go running on this too?
No,
Do you-
he's gonna try and resist on this one. But he fails, so.
Okay, you're the only one who failed. So.
I failed too.
Okay, I guess Karis failed too.
Yeah, so, you're not alone.
He drops it really quick. Is worth a try? Little sneak attack Zone of Truth.
Good try. Good try.
It's worth a try.
Okay, so you're not saying where you got this thing from for real. Where did you find it then? We're gonna go along with your little story.
We're exactly in the woods.
It was in an old building out in the woods.
You want to take us to it?
No, I don't want to go anywhere with you.
Mm-hmm.
Shocking.
What sort of building?
I don't know, an old building where people used to live.
I'll look
Is it
at
far
Ratha.
away?
Like, do you know of any old buildings around here? Are there like a lot of abandoned buildings around here or no?
Yes, Ratha?
Yeah. Or someone asked Ratha.
Yeah, I'll ask for.
I mean, there are the occasional structures that are found that were previously built, it looks like. They look fairly old.
don't you have any berries in your house?
I don't have every single food in my house all the time.
Where do you gather berries at?
In the woods where I find them.
Is there a specific place in the woods that you go typically?
There are some places I know bushes grow. And Ratha just looks like, so what if you took me there to these locations? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if I feel safe right now. Just left me tied up all morning.
Okay, listen. I've been tied up for so long. It's really not that bad, okay? Like, you're fine.
I tied it. It's not. I didn't like kill your wrists or anything. You're fine.
I mean,
this is weird, like saying that and then translating it through somebody else to him.
That's true. Sorry, I'm like angry at him though.
I mean,
her, not me, but I was also fine. So,
but maybe he speaks common. Maybe he knows what you're saying. Who knows?
That's true.
That's true. No, actually, yeah, that's right. I'm just gonna say it. I don't even need to.
But Wrath is just like, maybe you three should leave. You seem to be making things worse. You seem to be upsetting him.
After he controlled you, sure. I'll put my hand out for the dagger again.
Shall I hand it back to you?
So, what are you gonna do, Ratha? Because I am worried.
I don't know. I can't keep him here, tied up, forever.
I mean...
Someone else will get hurt. Or controlled.
I may just need to have some guards watch him.
Can we,
Ones that can't do wolf stuff, though. Because if he can change them, then they're just under his control.
Can all the guards do wolf stuff?
There's an older one who does not, but
One?
that's all we have left.
I'll look at you guys, I guess, and be like, do we think the staff is the thing that's like able to control them? Like, if he doesn't have it, do you think he?
Well, I don't know because all that stuff went into the ground. So.
Sure.
Raya told everyone about the stuff she found with Gwen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right back then.
I did.
I'm wondering if it's the stuff in these vessels.
Like the berries.
The rot.
Mm. Do you think it's infected the berries, and that's why, like, because Gwen can be mind controlled? I mean, obviously, it looked like they just smashed up root and like directly gave it to her, from what I saw. But if it's diluted into berries, I'm wondering if like it's just a less potent. If you have enough of them, it might do, you know.
Why? I
something.
wouldn't be surprised if him and Lorith are working together.
Lorith.
Why?
Lorith? They both
Sun Elf?
are extremists. Can control people with the root. They know about it.
What if there's a moon elf version of Lorith? Because Lorith was for the sun elves, and she seemed pretty purist, you know. So maybe there's a moon elf.
Well, he said he didn't have powers, though.
That's what I mean. I mean, what if there was not him? What if there was a version of Lorith here? Like there was somebody who could do a lot of magic and was giving him what he needed to, you know,
I
do their bidding.
party.
Yeah,
What
that's what I'm
about
saying.
Boris? And I like look at him to see if he reacts.
Yeah, any reaction to the name Boris?
You can roll insight.
15.
26.
Don't see any.
No, okay.
Ratha, can I speak to you outside?
She motions for some guards to kind of watch Karis and Raya, but goes out with you.
They come too?
Sure. As the guards watch with Aaron.
Yeah, it's gonna go well. The staff's not in there, right?
No.
Yeah, just until we're like out of possible earshot of him. This is your tribe. We don't want to cause any more trouble, but he is dangerous, and he's lying.
He's definitely lying.
But we won't go any further than you want us to go. I'm ready to do some pretty drastic things if you need me to, but I mean, all I know is if we set him free, he's gonna bide his time and ambush someone, whether it's me or he's gonna use you guys to do something really awful. I would hate to see that happen. I don't know if we can find out enough proof or a way to stop this influence in time.
I think what he did was definitely very concerning. Whether or not that was actually him doing it or some sort of control, I'm not sure about. But I know his person did this. Him dodging questions seems concerning too, but he also seems to be pretty innocent on this.
How he knew we were there?
What?
No one else knew. No one else knew we were doing the ritual.
Again, he may have been sent by somebody else. I don't know. But I think we need to keep watch on him. It's your word against his right now.
Of course. I was just afraid you would let him free.
I think he might be. So Ren has a spec vision thing to see what bad things maybe could be around, and the berries had some of that stuff in there. Theron doesn't have berries in his house at all, but he cooks for people and he brings it back. I kind of wonder if he's the one that's like having people turn into wolves so that he can control them later, potentially.
I see. This is a lot for me to just believe from you three. You walk in here and you've done things that seem to be good. But again, I don't know. I barely know you three. If I can trust you.
You've heard us tell the truth from the spell. If you believe in that spell.
Again, that is your spell, though. You can make it whatever happen that you want.
I wish. That'd be cool.
I don't understand how your magics work.
I know, I get that. Rotha, I trust you. And I've been burned many times. But my sister is turning to a wolf. And that puts her compromised now, too. So yeah, I am close to this.
Your sister, you say?
Don't tell anyone, though. She didn't want anyone to know. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I think for her safety.
I mean, he's been making food for them too and stuff.
And manipulating people. We don't want to hurt anybody. We really hate fighting. I do, at least. But if someone's going to choose violence and evil against our tribe and our families and the innocent, then I'll do what I need to do.
I understand.
We'll keep on looking for proof.
So you don't know where he might have been, because we were thinking maybe we could go out and see if we could find where he gets stuff. Maybe he hid something.
She'll kind of like begin to walk towards the edge of the forest with you. Just kind of, I mean, we have a big forest here. He goes that direction a lot, and he kind of points south, southwest direction.
Is that towards a specific direction, maybe?
I mean, the city would be kind of southwest of here, but
okay.
That's just like a general direction, though. It's away from where you believe to have the Sun Elves being, and the temple would be more southeast. This is southwest. She's pointing. So temple and Sun Elves are southeast. This is southwest. She's pointing. There are what I imagine to be old cabins or homes that were out there in some places. Some of them have heads of animals on the walls, or other animals that look to be filled with other material to display them.
What? Other material? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's just a thing people did. They take the skin of these creatures and put them up on display.
That's a weird thing. Why would you do that?
Would Renan have any concept of this from his reading?
You guys probably have seen some of these in the cities where it's like taxidermied animal heads and stuff like that people
like,
might put out there.
Like a trophy? Or do you mean like for something else?
Maybe they hunted them and put them up as a trophy.
I mean, yeah, some people do that. I guess. It's like hunting, but like for fun, not for food sometimes. Or to display what they call.
That's a weird
Yes.
thing.
But
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that
Put it this way,
stuff
it's really
over
weird.
there.
so maybe one of those cabins is what he's speaking of. Those homes.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome
guys
to
find-
investigate.
Do you guys find like a path from his house that maybe we might be able to follow?
His house is over there, and it's like in the city, so there's not like a direct path that leads right to the woods.
Oh, I gotcha. So he'd have to go through the woods.
You go through the city to get to the woods.
Or, yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, okay.
I mean, I think it's worth a shot at least to look.
Are you guys gonna be okay here? Do you want us to leave someone?
You think we'll be not okay here?
I don't know what his powers are.
Just, I mean,
You're saying all the guards are compromised. I don't know.
He seems fairly harmless as long as he doesn't have whatever that root is. And do you guys have the root still, Karis? Do you have it?
I was kind of carrying it around, but
Yeah.
like, do you mind if I hold on to it, or do you want to?
I don't want anything to do with that. Keep it away
Okay.
from him.
Sure. How big is it?
2 feet long.
Okay, so I can like put it in my bag.
Yeah, it's not super big. Wrap it up and stick it in there.
Or like sticking out the side. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll keep it.
All right.
Okay. Maybe, can you make sure he just stays away from Val, though?
Please.
Should we talk to them really fast, Ren? Before we leave?
Rotha, do you think Val is in danger otherwise because she can turn? Is there any other side effects or reason to concern Val has this?
Besides whatever that stick is, no.
Yeah.
She should be fine.
Also, do you have enough magic, Ren, because you kept doing the thingy over and over and over?
A little bit.
Yeah, should we rest? Should we get some?
I'd have to take a long rest to get most of this back. It's fine. I'm okay for now.
How dangerous is the woods around here?
It's mostly not too dangerous, but it's always good to be cautious.
I'm okay for now.
Are you really?
I'm really okay for now. I've been through worse with less.
I just don't want, another slug incident or whatever that thing was. We
don't talk about that. But...
I just want to make sure though, Ren. You sure?
That would have been last night. I was all out.
All right.
Oh.
I was spent.
Do you three need anything else from me?
No, thank you. Roth, I understand what kind of position we're putting him in. I'm sorry.
Just don't fail me. The little trust I have in you right now, don't break it.
That's why I'm being forthfront. I won't. We need to work together, or else we're all gonna die.
I'm choosing to trust you right now.
That means the world to me. I promise I won't let that down.
She'll kind of like turn to start walking into the village. I don't know if you guys follow her or if you stay here at the edge by the woods. But
I'll go talk to Val and my dad real quick.
So you're gonna walk in with her, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Veer off towards Val's house.
Sure. Can you guys give me perception rolls, real?
Guidance, no guidance.
No guidance in this one.
16.
Wow.
19.
Ooh.
So she begins to like walk in with you, and you guys are surveying the village. About that point, she starts to turn to like go in. You guys are about to leave. Right, you look over. You spot like a crow kind of nearby on a building.
You were right.
Begin to fly off towards the woods.
I'm gonna grab Red and like whoever next to and be like, or both of you and be like, I'm like, it's Lorith.
Or that's Sab, actually.
Or Sab, I'm sorry, Sab.
Yeah.
It's Sab earlier.
Hmm? What do you mean? I like look around wildly.
Her crow. I just saw her crow. I'm like gritted teeth, like kind of whispering so no one can hear.
It's similar looking crow, but
No.
not the exact same.
Not the same. She was
That's
right.
it?
There is.
What's that? What's different about it?
Yeah, what's different?
It's
Is
just
it
slightly bigger, little more like menacing in look, I guess.
okay. I think it's whatever it is. The familiar. We can't.
It almost
Can we
looks
walk?
like a crow that has drippy ooziness to its wings and its form, and its beak is kind of dripping some stuff out of it.
Yeah, chromatic orb, if it's within range.
So yeah, you watch as it flies off, Raya. You stop and like point this out. Renan, you turn to look, and it's a ways out. What's your range on that?
90 feet.
90 feet, so shoot it with disadvantage.
Oh, man. It's not gonna hit. That's an 11.
So flies right past this thing as it kind of weaves out of the way and flies off into the woods. And Wrath looks very confused at what you just did. Like, what are you doing?
I run after it.
Okay. So you chase after the bird.
What?
She just looks very confused as you chase after this bird.
Yeah.
Is he hunting now? What does he do?
Something might be watching us, Ratha. Dang it.
Wait,
She goes, like, starts to turn back to the house. Just kind of confused.
Ratha, be on your guard, okay? This might be bad. Just trust me.
if you see any, tell her just if she sees any scary crows to watch out and just be be cautious of what she says around birds.
Rippy black ones.
She's probably like, what?
She looks very confused, but starts walking back to her house.
I think I would be calling after her and be like, "Don't be stupid! Get back over here!"
I'm gonna at least try and follow it to see if we can keep up or like what direction. Try and
Yeah.
get a good pinpoint on it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't go too far past the village unless they're coming up.
So, unfortunately, it way outpaces you for flying compared to your hustle after it. It gets to the wood line, and that's where you lose it. Like, you don't see it after it gets into the woods. Your friend's still inside, kind of confused in the village. Suddenly you hear Ratha turn and yell, "He's gone!"
Freaking time.
You hear Karis.
The guard said I let him go, or took him somewhere.
My gosh, you guys were. What is going on?
There's another there must be some sort of sorcerer from the Moon Isles. There's got to be,
Or
or
my
some
gosh.
sort of person who's been helping.
Yeah.
I think we'll end right there, guys.
Yeah.
That's a great spot to end it.
We have someone that can disguise themselves and has walked into guards and gotten out every single time. Which is why I wanted to kill him. From the
So do you think we're
so-
done
No
here?
one's ever getting away from us ever again. Like, Brennan's got this thing now. Like, time up, kill him. I'll bring him back if we have to.
We're literally carry them. Next time we have a prisoner, we're gonna carry them with us everywhere. We're literally gonna be like carry
We're
them.
never
everywhere.
leaving them alone. We're never like not going to be touching them. We're just gonna be like holding them.
We
by
put them on
their
a little
shoulders.
leash. We're like, come on, let's go.
Big creepy bird and lost your prisoner. Back at it, guys. We're back in this.
Back to our old
I
ways.
feel so defeated from multiple times tonight. Laughs, zone of truth.
The Zone of Truth
Rose.
stuff was sad, man. I'm sorry. You rolled so good every
Bummer.
time. Oh, man.
We're back on point with Beacon. Are we back
Pretty
to
much.
Beacon babies again?
Not quite yet.
Right
We
back.
Not quite
used
yet.
to
But
be- we were Beacon children, now we're babies.
Yeah, we were Beacon toddlers, like we graduated, but now I feel like we've shrunk back to Beacon babies again.
Hey, toddlers, when they try and run, falls flat on their face many times. We're
That's
still
true.
there.
you guys are toddlers. There's still moments where you're not going to be fully there. So
We definitely
Exactly.
pooped the bed on this. We really did.
But I want to thank all of you for joining us today. I appreciate y'all being here in chat. We're going to kick back into the swing of things here with the creepy season and do some D&D with some creepy crow. And I'm excited to get back into this. You guys are awesome. Do you have something you want to add, Kelly?
Will I ever get a crow? I want a crow.
Well, who knows?
A
Maybe.
good crow.
Can I get a crow friend? Can I petition for a crow?
Maybe someday.
Depends on what you define as friends. We have 2 crow friends in the game right now.
Yeah.
They follow us everywhere. So
I mean,
Crow.
We do.
means-
you have the potential to have the crow be your friend. You just need to do certain
do.
things to make it so it's your
You
friend.
just need to be like evil.
all they gotta do is get me over.
So,
Oh, okay.
anyways, thank you so much for being here, everybody. We really do appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, come join us live in the chat where we have lots of fun, and there's some amazing people who have fun things they say, and it's amazing to watch those and read them. So thank you for that. But we're going to sign up on YouTube here. Goodbye, YouTube. Thank you for being here. Join us next week.